I'm Toya Brasky from Galveston, Texas, also known as Galveston Psychic Paranormal Researcher. So I apologize that I'm in my bra. I recently had reconstructive breast surgery. I'm only on day 14. So it's very hard to put clothes on and actually very painful to wear a bunch of clothes. So right now I just have a compression bra on, and I apologize for that. But I'm not really showing you anything, so I'm not exposing myself, but I do need to be comfortable, and it's hard to raise my arms and to use my arms. So you'll have to just see me like this. So I wanted to let you know that before my surgery, I did a post where I rescued a baby possum. I named it Chazzy because he is a boy. And my dogs had attacked it in the backyard, which really hurt me because I can't stand the thought of anything being attacked. And unfortunately, I have rat terriers, and their instinct is to kill. So anything that moves in the backyard is probably going to be attacked. So I brought in Chazzy, and Chazzy, you know, is being his possum self, and so he does hiss at me. When I was in the hospital, I had to train Chazzy to eat some solid food because I wouldn't be able to syringe feed him. So he's perfectly capable of eating solid food, but the reason that I still syringe feed him is because I want Chazzy to have human contact. And I've been watching Chazzy, and in every case I would return a rescued wild animal to the wild. But as I'm monitoring Chazzy, I have noticed that Chazzy has some difficulty still with his back legs, and it wouldn't be right to release him into the wild if he's still having issues. So right now he's still in a stage where I need to guard him, and if he becomes fully able to take care of himself and to walk properly, then I will release him. But if he continues to have a disability, then I will probably end up raising Chazzy. So Chazzy's very scared right now. And also, you know, possums, normally when they're approached by a human or any predator, they freeze their body. And so I don't know if what I'm seeing with Chazzy is his defense mechanism, where he is trying to posture and freeze his body and then dragging his leg, or if he's really injured. So I may have to put a webcam on him overnight and watch him a couple of nights to see, does he do it when no one's around, or is he actually injured? He could possibly have a back injury because my dogs are rat terriers and they stand about 18 inches tall, and they did attack him and they did have him in their mouth. So I'm going to begin to feed Chazzy. Chazzy, okay. I know, Chazzy, I know. I know, baby. I know. So Chazzy is just terrified. You can see that Chazzy is making his little mouth movement. Let me show you here. So when a possum is scared, they show their teeth like that. They mostly hiss. They almost never bite. So I don't have to syringe feed Chazzy, but I do because I want Chazzy to have human contact, especially if I have to end up raising him. So Chazzy will do that, but see Chazzy? I'll try to get a little bit closer so that you can see him actually. He loves Gerber baby food, like the chicken flavor or the that's what I want people to see right there. See, you can be a good boy. You can be a good boy. Yeah. Oh, well, look at that. Are you hungry? Oh my goodness. our beef Gerber baby food and feed it to him out of the jar with a syringe. I actually love animals. I have a huge heart for animals. I really believe that in this lifetime I was put here to be a protector of animals. I love animals more than I love people. So, let's see. When I first found Chazzy was such a little baby that I had to clean his genital area, wipe it every day. Otherwise, he couldn't use the restroom. He couldn't urinate or poop because the mothers in the wild usually lick their genital area. So you have to simulate that by using a paper towel and wiping the area. And then, only then, can they use the restroom. But now Chazzy is perfectly able to go to the restroom by himself, so I clean his little carrier every day. And he has solid food. He likes apples and cat food, dry cat food. I give him leftovers from dinner and make sure that he has water and he has blankets to hide under. And so Chazzy is really doing okay right now. He's actually trembling. He's scared. But there will come a time, the more human contact that he has, that he will be like any other domesticated pet, like a dog or cat. You want more? You want more? Okay, so sorry. Let me put this over here. Sorry. Ugh. It's still very hard to move after my surgery. My entire chest is cut from side to side, also vertically and also around my nipples. So my whole chest muscle was cut open from side to side. So it's very difficult to do things with my arms. It's a good thing that Chazzy is not heavy. And I feel bad that Chazzy has to live in a large pet carrier, but I can't leave him anywhere where my dogs could get him again. I have a steel pet door guarding him so that my dogs cannot get to him. I've been at the house every day since my surgery, 14 days. And I have to be off from work for 6 weeks. So I don't actually go back to work until October 1st, and that's only if I'm released to go back from my doctors. So it's very boring to be home every day. I can't drive for 6 weeks. So actually I'm kind of glad that I found Chazzy, plus I have my dogs, and I have a cat, and I have a guinea pig named Valencia. And so my pets keep me really occupied, and they keep me busy and keep me company. At one time in my life, I owned a state licensed animal shelter. I really miss that. Really, my calling should have been to have a petting zoo. So I've fed Chazzy now, and I'm going to put Chazzy back in his carrier. And then I just wanted to check in with y'all and tell you that I'm on the 14th day from my surgery. So everything in my chest is still very, very tight, very sore. I'm on 9 different medications. I'm sorry again that I'm almost naked. Not really, but really the only thing that I can do is run around in my compression bras and shorts because it's too hard to get dressed. It's hard to raise my arms without pain. I can only do very minimal stuff. I can't lift anything over 5 pounds for 6 weeks. I can't even wash my hair, so in these videos I know that I look rough. Like I literally cannot wash and style my hair, so it's just sort of, you're seeing me like just the way that I am running around the house. So anyway, I just wanted to check in with y'all, let you know that Chazzy has made it. Chazzy is still alive. Chazzy's still being rehabilitated. And I don't know if I'll be able to release him. If he has injuries to his back legs, he can never be set free in the wild. I would have to take care of him. Opossum's life is about 1 to 3 years. If they are taken care of inside, probably 3 years. But if they're out in the wild, they usually get killed, you know, because they're so docile and they don't have any defenses. So anything from being ran over by a car to being attacked by animal and human predators happens. And what I wanted to let you know is possums are the best thing that you could ever have in your yard. I said that in the first video, and I'm going to say it again. A possum is immune from snake venom, and they kill every pest that you could ever think of in your yard. So a possum will kill mice, rats, snakes, cockroaches. They eat about 5,000 ticks. They're really one of the very best things that you could ever have in your yard. They are not rodents. They are actually marsupials, North America's only marsupial. And they are related to kangaroos. They may look scary because they have about 50 teeth, and what they do when they're scared is they hiss. And to a lot of people that scares them. They think, oh my God, I'm going to be attacked. I can't think of a time ever that a possum has ran and chased anybody. Usually they freeze because their nervous system will make them pass out, and that's their only mechanism. So really, they're very sweet animals. Also, all possums have myopia. They're very myopic, meaning they're nearsighted. So a lot of times they don't even see a predator coming up on them because they can only see when you're very close to them. And if they're ever in your house or in your building, just open the doors that you want them to exit from, and you can get within about 2 feet, and you can just very gently whisper, hey, scoot, 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 behind them in a soft way, and kind of like, motion them, hey, scoot, scoot. Be like a possum whisperer, and just get behind them, and they will waddle out the door that you open. There's no need to hurt them or throw things at them or anything like that. Previous to Chazzy, I have rescued a couple of possums. I had a possum that I kept for 2 years that construction workers had tossed in the air and broke her back. And Blossom the possum could never use her back legs whatsoever. But she did live for 2 years as my pet. I have pictures of that on my social media. And then finally Blossom the possum went to possum heaven. But I always try to save everything. If I find anything injured, then I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna try to save it. And I even told my doctors, I said, you know what, if I ever die of anything, it's gonna be because I petted something that I shouldn't have. So anyway, I just want to end with that, and I'm gonna let Chazzy here go back into his carrier so that he's not scared anymore. I know you can, he's trying to hide down in the covers. I'm sorry, Chazzy, nobody wants to scare you. So I'm going to put him up and I'm going to end this. Thank you for listening to my possum story. Bye.